I want to talk about a movie that I think you guys should probably check out, and that is called One Night in Miami. Let's talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritics.com, the place where we talk about movies and television, pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit that subscription key and that notification bell so you can be notified about all the things that we're talking about here. And today, we're talking about none other than Regina King's One Night in Miami. Yes, notice I said Regina King's. Like, any of you guys who know Regina King? Come on, Watchmen. Come on, Boys in the Hood. Come on, you guys got to know who I'm talking about. She has now just taken her directorial debut and brought a pretty solid film. I'm not gonna lie. This movie is written by Ken Powers. For those of you guys who don't know him, he's the guy behind Soul. He wrote the screenplay for Soul, and he also wrote the screenplay for One Night in Miami. This film follows four iconic African American leaders, or of their time, I should say, which is Malcolm X, Jim Brown, the football player, Sam Cooke, and Muhammad Ali. So it's pretty cool because in that era, in that time, it was said that they were all very close or very good friends, and there's a lot of parallels between these four men. This is supposed to be a fictional take on One Night in Miami, which takes place in a hotel, and you know, the events around their lives and how they interact with one another based on the things that really went on around their lives. Now, in watching this film, I'm going to make some recommendations because going into it, if you don't know anything about these guys, you could get a little either bored or kind of be lost in translation of things that are getting thrown around, things that are getting said. And I tested this theory because I know the backgrounds and stories of Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. I did not, however, know anything about Jim Brown or much about Sam Cooke other than his music. But I remember and revisited the Malcolm X movie by Spike Lee, and then I went back and I watched the Ali movie with Will Smith. And Malcolm X was starring Denzel Washington. So, in doing that, that was after the fact, actually, because I already remembered things growing up. So I watched One Night in Miami, and then I was like, you know what? Just before I do a video for you guys, let me go back and just kind of revisit those. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like these are necessary. I think these would make the story full circle. And you would understand a little bit better about what type of story they were trying to tell in One Night in Miami if you were to have watched those or had a better understanding. Even if you read the book, even if you read the autobiographies, you would have a better understanding of the conversations that are going on in One Night in Miami. They're not connected. They're not in the same universe. They're not even the same actors. But I just feel like for the better storytelling and the personalities of the gentlemen and how they're interacting with one another, I think you'd get a better understanding of who they are and why this conversation is happening on this night in Miami. So, One Night in Miami, without spoiling anything, like I said, it's a fictional story which follows four iconic African Americans in America in Miami one night from four totally different aspects of life. You have a star athlete, you have a world-known musician, singer, you have an activist who's globally known, not by choice, but he's known, and then you have a world-famous boxer who's also an athlete. But this thing has 12 Angry Men vibes. If I don't know if any of you know or have ever heard of 12 Angry Men. It's about a jury chosen to make the decision on a case. I don't remember what the case was. I saw this a long time ago, very, very long time ago, so I don't really remember the gist, but I do remember watching this. I was actually watching this in school. I was forced to watch this in school. And I know there's like two versions. There's a black and white version, and then there's another version that's like a remake or something like that. But 12 Angry Men is about different people from different points of view of life who are just jam-packed into this conference room as jurors for a case, like a very big case, and it's their duty to decide whether this person is guilty or innocent. That's the type of vibe One Night in Miami gives me. Also, for more current times, if you guys want to know where I'm going with this, think Breakfast Club. Simple as that. They all get into this room. It takes a little bit to get there. It's kind of slow. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was like, "Where's this thing going? I don't know where it's going. I know it's not a true story. I know, so I'm kind of just following it. But once they get into the hotel room, shit kind of hits the fan. And when I say 12 Angry Men, Breakfast Club type style, is like you got these 4 different personalities just clashing, trying to get one another to see points of views of life of that nature, and things that are happening in the world where racism is the backdrop at this time. This is like the 60s, so racism is like the backdrop, and equality and them trying to struggle and find their place in life, and one's doing it this way, the other's doing it this way, one believes that they should be doing it this way, and it's just a lot of layers and a lot of conflict. So I say this, there are big shoes to fill, because you have the Denzel Washington Malcolm X, you have the Will Smith Ali, big shoes to fill, because the guys who are starring in this, they're fairly new. Like, you may have seen, I know you've seen the guy who plays Jim Brown, what's his name, Aldous Hodge, who some of you may know as MC Ren in Straight Outta Compton. I don't know the other gentleman at all. Kingsley Ben Adir, I don't know him. Trying to think. Leslie Odom Jr., I don't know him. Never seen him before. And then the gentleman Ellie Gorey, the guy who plays Cassius, Muhammad Ali. They do okay. There are points where I'm just like, it's a little cringy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really feeling, because it's stuck in my head. It's embedded. You got Denzel, you got Will Smith. Like, they brought the best to those characters at the time when they came out. So watching these guys, it's a little tough. But in saying that, the message is clear, and you'll get full off of the food for thought. Like, it really gets the gears turning and things like that, and you kind of like, wow, like, I mean, I see this, but this guy's an asshole. But no, I kind of like, there's a lot of tug of war, a lot of push and pull, and it does what it's supposed to do. I think that it's a really great watch, especially if you are into, like, putting people on and having them understand your points of view about things. Watch it, assess it, and then maybe pass it along. I thought it was a pretty decent watch. Very hard to if you have seen the original Malcolm X and Ali, it's very hard to separate the parallels, but those stories will help put things in perspective of the overall story of this film. Shout out to Regina King, and shout out to Ken Powers for bringing this thing forth and making it happen, because I think this is a pretty decent, solid film. So I would recommend that you guys check this out if you're into that kind of thing. And it is available on Amazon Prime. You guys can check it out there, and it's in select theaters somewhere. I saw it last week before it was actually released, but I didn't have the time because I've been renovating a new studio with Klepcx, my company Klepcx, and hopefully I'm going to be bringing you guys tons of content from there. Can't wait. But yeah, Amazon Prime, you guys can check that out, or it's in select theaters, just look it up. If I find it on Amazon Prime, I will leave the link below, so make sure you guys go check out below to see if there's a link there. If there's no link there, it means that it wasn't available. I didn't check it, but I'm pretty sure it's out. Yes, One Night in Miami, y'all, directed by Regina King. Make sure you guys check it out. And if let me know if you've already seen it, what you thought. If I'm off par, if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, please share your comments below, and make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.